Hey guys, welcome back to the channel once again. I am Robert Storms, and as you can see, some little differences here today, trying something out new here. I'm actually running a 2-camera setup, and this is to really test out for the upcoming Spider-Man Far From Home review that I'm going to be doing here. And it's going to be me and 2 other guests, so I bought an extra camera. I'm doing a 2-camera setup. And I'm just testing it out, just testing the waters. As you guys can see, I kind of got rid of the side chat for now. Might go back to it depending on what the comments are. If comments say, hey, let's get the side chat back, because I always pop that up there. I got the comments right here that I can always pop back up if that's what you guys want. Right now, I'm just kind of testing it without it just to see how it flows. But, because I know when you watch the replay, the side chat is available on the side. So I just felt like it was kind of redundant that we have 2 side chats. So I kind of eliminated the side chat. That way I can have a full screen look with the 2-camera setup. And I just think that kind of looks more professional. And then I put the banner on the bottom. So just to kind of try to give the live discussions a little more professionalism. As like I said, as you guys, do super chats and I get YouTube fundage and stuff like that, I'm going to try to invest back into the channel. So with that said, let's get into what's going on today. But yeah, so if you guys do want the side chat back, I will put the side chat back. That's not a big deal at all. So I just think it would be better if we had like the full screen, the full screen thing. I don't know about the banner. I'm just testing it out right now. It's sort of a generic banner. Just test out. This whole live stream is a test. If it doesn't work, I'll just go right back to the way I did before. But so let's get into the discussion. Let's get into the main topic. Then, like always, we'll get into your topics and whatnot. But Spider-Man Far From Home is getting really good positive reaction. And I have to tell you, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit one goddamn bit. I don't give a fuck. I honestly, I don't care, guys. And the reason for that is Spider-Man Homecoming was getting positive reviews. Everybody's like, oh, this is the best Spider-Man movie of all time. I've seen all the Spider-Man movies. This is the definitive Spider-Man movie. And Spider-Man Homecoming was a big pile of Homecoming shit. It was a big pile of Homecoming shit. And the banner's too basic, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not a web designer or anything like that. Like I built that in Paint. Okay, yes, people still do stuff in Paint. But hey, if you guys want the chat back, let me know. I'll put the chat back right now. It's not that big of a deal. So I can put it back. Here, I'll put it back right now. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll put it back right now. 'Cause I know if you guys like it, it's cool. Okay, and then I'll just move my camera over a little bit. So we all win here, guys. We all win. Just trying something new, guys. Just trying something new. All right. We're good. We're good. We're all good here now. Okay. We're all good. But if you guys don't like the banner either, I can get rid of the banner. The banner ain't that big of a deal. But see, now we're going back to basics. Now we're going right back to basics. So now it looks more like a generic thing. So yeah, but I don't know, because right now I'm reading like the live chat and I really don't know if you guys want the banner back or not. I see Danny Graham wants the banner back. I know Danny Graham is a normal super chat guy. So I'm trying to appease the fans here. But I've always learned you can't please everybody. But take it back. So the basics are the best. So you guys keep the banner, okay? So all I see is like so saying keep the banner. Love the show. All right, so I'll keep the banner for now. The banner is good, but I will tell you when we do the Spider-Man review, there's not gonna be no chat available. Because I got to get 2 people in one screen and me in the other screen. So there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. So we got the first super chat coming in The bar for me is extremely high with Spider-Man Homecoming. That the Jimster. The bar is high? The bar is high? Jimster, the bar is high? Oh man, it's just oh geez, man. I'm sorry. I'm extremely disappointed by Spider-Man Homecoming. It is not only my least favorite Spider-Man movie, it is my least favorite MCU movie. And to me, it set the bar so low that we could only go higher. Right, we can only like Creed said, we're gonna take us higher, man, because whatever the fuck they say in that song, we can only get higher from this point. We can only get higher from this point because Spider-Man Homecoming was such a low bar for me. I thought, and this is the thing with Spider-Man. I don't think people can understand where I'm coming from, right? People were like, okay, I'm seeing a lot of people saying no chat. So I gotta know, do you guys want the chat or not? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put a poll up right now. Okay, in the middle of the stream, I'm putting a poll up right now. I'm going to put up a poll on the channel, and I'm going to say, do you guys want to see the live chat when I do live streams, okay? Yes and no. That way I can get a definitive answer, okay? Do you all like when I show the live chats in my live streams on screen? Yes? No. This will give me a definitive answer, okay? Do you all like when I show the live chats in my live stream on screen? That sounds ridiculous. Hold on. Do you guys like when I show the live chats on screen in my live stream? Question mark. Okay, that sounds better. Okay, that poll is up right now, so you guys can go ahead and cast your vote. That will give me a definitive answer because, like I said, guys, I am trying to upgrade the channel here. I'm not trying to be like the next Campia because God knows I don't have the time or the production money to do that. I'm running with a Yeti and 2 fucking Logitech C920s, for Christ's sakes. Oh, we got a super chat coming in from my boy Chris Warden. I've liked every Spider-Man film apart from 3 in 07. Dude, I'm right there with you. I was like, Spider-Man 3 sucks donkey nuts, man. Spider-Man 3 is a horrible movie, but you know what? I like it more in Homecoming. Yeah, I'm not even playing around when I say that. I actually really do mean that. And even though Spider-Man 3 is an awful movie, at the end of the day, Peter Parker feels like Peter Parker. Spider-Man feels like Spider-Man. And the core center of that movie is with great power comes great responsibility. But with Spider-Man Homecoming, there is no great power comes great responsibility. There's great power comes great responsibility in Captain America Civil War. We have the scene with Tony and Peter when Peter breaks down. He's like, when bad things happen and you have the ability to do something, that is on you. That is great power comes great responsibility. What did we get in Spider-Man Homecoming? Oh, Tony saying, oh, if you're nothing without the suit, you don't deserve the suit. Who gives a fuck? He's not Ironheart. Okay? He's not Iron Man Jr. Why are you making Tony the next Uncle Ben? He is not fucking Uncle Ben. Okay? First of all, Spider-Man in the comic books idolized Captain America, not Tony Stark. Okay? That's not even counting the plethora of things that are wrong with Spider-Man Homecoming. Okay? And the thing is, I want to like Far From Home because I like Tom Holland. As much as I love Andrew Garfield, I do think Tom Holland kind of brings a special charm to Peter Parker. I love the actors. I love all the actors involved in these movies. It's just there's something that doesn't feel like Spider-Man to me. Spider-Man that I know wouldn't sit there and have to. He wouldn't be on the phone calling Tony like 100 times a day while Tony just ghosts his ass. You know, and Tony's the real villain in Homecoming, not the Vulture. Tony is the absolute real villain in that movie. But so I see all this stuff today where so to answer your question, Chris Warden, you know, yeah, 3's bad, but 3 still feels like Spider-Man, where Spider-Man Homecoming just feels like Peter wants to be Iron Man. You know, and they even hit on that in the trailers for this movie, where like the cops are like, "Oh, you the new Iron Man?" He's like, "I can't. I'm too busy doing your job." Oh, it's so obvious. It's so obvious, you know. And I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying that you have to really bring back the Uncle Ben thing all the time. I understand it's been played to death and played to death and played to death. I understand that. But there comes a time where you at least need to acknowledge it. I mean, Aunt May doesn't look like a grieving widow. You know, she doesn't look like someone who lost someone very special to her. I mean, she's flirting with Tony Stark, for Christ's sake. Like, everybody wants to fuck Tony Stark. Fucking Aunt May wants to fucking bone Tony Stark. Peter wants to suck his fucking cock. It's like everybody in the MCU wants to fucking suck Tony's dick. And it's like, come on, your husband, May, just got gunned down. And not only do you not look like you're grieving, it's like you're hitting on Tony Stark. Okay? Now, we assume Peter hasn't, by the time Homecoming comes around, we assume that Peter hasn't been Spider-Man that long. By Captain America Civil War, we assume he's been Spider-Man for maybe a year. Okay? I know people, like, you're not going to get over fucking Uncle Ben within a year, May. And I don't like the fact that Peter calls Aunt May, May. Like, how many, like, he does not say Aunt May in Homecoming. He refers to her as May. Like, oh, May's going to flip out. Oh, come on, May, don't do that. Oh, May. Like, show some fucking respect. That's your fucking aunt. It's Aunt fucking May. That's why fucking millennials and shit are so goddamn disrespectful today, because they have no fucking respect for the elders. They have no manners. It's fucking Aunt May. Fucking Aunt May, you little fucking big-eared cocksucker. Danny Graham comes in with a super chat. If you argue the point, the Star Wars and the comics should evolve and not do the same thing over and over, shouldn't that logic be the same for Spider-Man Far From Home? Yes. First of all, two completely different things, okay? Because one, Star Wars at the core, it's two completely different things. What are you talking about? Like, Danny Graham, what the hell are you talking about? If you argue the point that Star Wars and comics should evolve and not do the same thing over and over, shouldn't the logic be the same for Spider-Man? I have no idea what you mean by that. Like, you completely just fucking mind-fucked me. You fucking... My mic just went mute. But I have no idea what that means, Danny. I have no idea. Star Wars... How does Star Wars need to evolve? The only thing Star Wars needs to do is get away from the fucking Skywalker. It's like, just get away from the Skywalkers, okay? It's like the whole fucking universe revolves around the Skywalkers for some reason. There's the most dumb, stupid-ass fucking family, okay? It's like the family... I love the Skywalkers, okay? I didn't mean to say that. Bad Rob. But they need to get away from the Skywalkers because there's such attachment to the Skywalkers that fans are letting what happens to these characters dictate how they feel about the franchise. Star Wars is bigger than that. I don't know what you mean by Star Wars having evolved, because it doesn't. It just has to get away from the Skywalkers. Comics have to evolve. It has to evolve with the times. Okay? But you don't get away from the core issues of those characters. Peter Parker in Spider-Man Homecoming. Okay? Yes, he's a young kid in this day and age. That's how young kids in this day and age act. But you know what else is your responsibility? To show the generation watching you respect. And by you sitting there going, oh, May, it's fucking Aunt May, you twinkle-toe cocksucker. And that's not even my thing I hate about the movie. It's not. It's just something I'm nitpicking about. What I hate about it, we got Warren Wright coming in with a super chat. I'll give it to you 1 second. It's early for you, Rob. Drink with me. Cheers. I just got iced coffee, but I'll drink with you, brother. I'll drink with you, bro. I'll drink with you. But yeah, so that's not my main point with the movie, is that it has to evolve. I understand it's got to evolve in modern times. You know who did that real well? Brian Michael fucking Bendis and Mark Bagley with Ultimate Spider-Man. They took Spider-Man from the 60s, evolved him into the 2000s, and they made him character. You know what? Aunt May was Aunt May. Great power was great responsibility. And you know what did not happen in that fucking comic book? He didn't suck Tony Stark's dick. Okay? That's the thing. They are trying to make Tony the new Uncle Ben. Okay? Look, I'm not saying you need to cast Uncle Ben. I'm not saying you need to throw a flashback of Uncle Ben. But at some point, at least acknowledge that fucking Uncle Ben exists. There was not even no goddamn fucking spider sense in Spider-Man Homecoming. These stupid cocksuckers that wrote this movie, and there was like 500 people that wrote that script, didn't even show spider sense. It wasn't until Infinity Wars when people who are smart, like the Russo brothers, like, oh yeah, there's definitely spider sense. You know, because the reason why Tom Holland's Spider-Man feels like Spider-Man in Civil War is because you got the Russo brothers who are fucking smart that know how to write for that character. Okay? Then you get these idiots in fucking Homecoming that don't know how to write for the character, and they just fucking kind of just throw any shit in there. You know? And then we get Infinity War and Endgame where, again, Peter feels like Peter because you have the Russo brothers. It's all about how they're handled. I would sit there and argue that Captain Marvel was handled way better in Infinity War or Endgame than she was in her own movie because the Russo brothers know how to handle material. And that was the biggest thing. It's not that I love... And the sad thing is, I think Homecoming does things... Like, the MCU Spider-Man does so many things right. Right? With the actors, the humor, the youthfulness, the costume. I think all those are far superior than any of the other Spider-Man movies. But I think it loses the core tension that Spider-Man has. Spider-Man is a character that tries to do good and he loses every fucking time. This is a character that every time something good goes right for him, he goes through bad luck. Like he loses the love of his life. He loses the love of his life, and it was his fault. It was his fault. It was his fault Uncle Ben died. It was his fault that Gwen Stacy died. It was his fault that Harry died. Like, this is a character that is surrounded by tragedy, and each tragedy makes this character stronger. And he doesn't have to go whine to Tony Stark, oh, please fix my problems for me. You know why? Because fucking Peter Parker is a scientist. He's a scientist. He doesn't need his fucking suit handed to him because in the comics he makes his own goddamn suit. Man, fuck that goddamn movie, man. We got a super chat coming in from Costa Mazda. 1 to 10 on how Far From Home, excitement, and expectation. 1. If I'm generous, Costa, I would give it a 2 because I'm really excited about Mysterio. I'm not saying that as a joke. I'm not trying to be funny or anything. I legit am excited for Mysterio. I think one, what the fuck is that dude's name now? Oh my God, Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal is a phenomenal actor. Okay, let's not forget Jake Gyllenhaal at one point was going to replace Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man in the Sam Raimi movies. But Chris writes, I'm calling it now. They will say great power comes great responsibility, but reference Tony. I swear to God, Chris, I will get up and walk out of the fucking theater. I did it last time. I walked out of the theater last time. When Spider-Man Homecoming came out, and they're like, oh, my friends call me MJ, I'm like, fuck this shit. You know, I swear to God, if great power comes responsibility comes from Tony point of, I will lose my shit. But back to Costa's question. I give it a 1, lowest denominator, okay? A 1. A 2, because I'm looking forward to Mysterio. I think the costume design in all these movies look fantastic. Vulture's costume design looks good. I mean, the Shocker's costume design looks like fucking donkey shit. But other than that, I mean, we got Mysterio looks fantastic, and Vulture looks fantastic, and yeah. So I'm excited just for Mysterio, right? And I'm excited for this multiverse thing. I'm hearing that this midway through this movie, everything gets turned completely around. So I'm kind of excited to see what they do with that. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll come out and be like, oh, this movie's so great or something. But we'll find out. Julio Rodriguez comes in. Never thought I'd see the day Rob isn't excited for a Spider-Man movie. I know. I'm right there with you, man. I want to be so excited, man. I remember, like, you know how people got excited for Avengers, right? Like, oh, I'm so excited for Avengers Endgame. I'm so excited for Infinity War. That was me with Spider-Man movies. I mean, oh, I'm so excited for Spider-Man 2. Oh, I'm so excited for Spider-Man 3. Oh, Amazing Spider-Man. Not a big fan of the costume. I'm looking forward to this movie. I can't wait. Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man Homecoming. I was super excited for Spider-Man Homecoming because I thought Spider-Man was the best part of Captain America Civil War. I was like, they finally gave me the John Romita, Stan Lee, Steve Ditko Spider-Man on screen. They finally gave me that version of Spider-Man. And then I see the movie, I'm like, oh, this ain't Spider-Man at all. What the fuck is going on? Am I being punked? And it's bad, man. It's bad. It's depressing and everything. So, all right, I want to check and see what the results of the poll are. What the polls are right now. 67% says yes. Do you like when I show the? And 33% say no. So right now the chat's staying up because people are saying. Also, the banner is cool but looks lame. Update or change it. Looks better, more professional. No, it's lame and remove it. No, because I avoid all live chats to avoid spoilers. That's a good thing. Well, when we go to do the review, we're not going to have the live chat up. So there's that. But, I mean, hey, you guys have my Twitter. If you want to come up with a better banner, by all means, help me out. You know? I don't have banner skills, man. Okay, I don't have banner skills. This is something I whipped together in like 10 minutes right before the stream. But yeah. So Chris writes, I'm just gonna slap my head. I don't think I ever walked out of a movie. I've seen some bad ones. Trust me, he's right. That motherfucker watched some bad movies. Bad movies, man. Jesus, don't even get me started with the fucking movies he watches. But yeah. So like all the positive reviews are coming out for this movie, and I want to really get excited. I really want to get excited. It's just I can't get myself excited because I've been let down by Homecoming. You know, I've been let down by Homecoming. It's sort of like Thor Ragnarok. Okay, Thor Ragnarok. The trailers looked good, and I wanted to get excited for it. But Dark World was so bad. It's like, man, what happens if it turns out like Dark World again, you know? And luckily, Ragnarok came out. Ragnarok is like my top 10 favorite MCU movies. So if another Thor movie comes out, then I'll be super excited because I know Ragnarok is what, you know, was the previous film. Because right now I'm going off Homecoming, and there's nothing in Homecoming. I would have been excited if the writers for Infinity War and Endgame wrote it, or if one of the Russo brothers directed it. I would have been definitely looking forward to it. But these writers and directors for Sony who did Homecoming, they don't know Spider-Man out of the back of their fucking asshole. It's like they don't. They just they lost the key concept of get you know the movie. Well, unfortunately, Chris, I can't because you want to go to the Cobb, and the bar is at Eagle Ridge where we normally go. So if we were going to Eagle Ridge, me and Adam would probably kick back about 10 beers before we go see the fucking movie. But since we got to go to the Cobb, there's no bar over there. So, and I don't do drinking and driving. Got to be safe, my friends. Got to be safe. But yeah, so I mean, it is what it is, guys. And the thing is, you go look at the people that raved about Spider-Man Homecoming, because there's people like, oh, it's Spider-Man Homecoming is like my top 5 MCU movies of all time. Like, these people never read a Spider-Man comic. Well, like, honestly, like, these people never read a Spider-Man comic. I guarantee you, if I go up to them and I'll be like, what's your favorite Spider-Man comic book? Right? They're going to give me, like, either a generic one, a generic answer that everybody has, or something like that. It's like no one they're not going to give me a straight answer. Now Schnepp, the big man, John Schnepp, if I would go up to him, because he did really enjoy Homecoming, if I'm going to say something to him, Schnepp would pull out easily, I don't know, maybe a 101, a 66. He would pull out a number, right? But these people, these critics that are like, oh, this is the best Spider-Man of all time or whatever, it's like, all right, so you like this version of Spider-Man. You're a fan of Spider-Man then. What's your favorite Spider-Man story? They want to know what the fuck to say. They'll probably say something recent like Superior Spider-Man. It's like, oh yeah, because it's recent, that's how you know about it. Or Edge of Spider-Verse, because that's the cool thing right now, because of the movie, so Into the Spider-Verse and all that shit. So that'll be something. But there's no way people that claim that this is the best Spider-Man is fans of Spider-Man. Like they're probably fans of the character, but they're not, they don't read the comic books. And that's what I'm saying. Edge of the Spider-Verse, or Into the Spider-Verse, the animated movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, is hands down the best Spider-Man movie of all time. That is the best Spider-Man movie of all time. Okay, it is the only Spider-Man movie that captured the essence of the character and the tragedy of Peter Parker and the redemption of Peter Parker and what it means to have great power comes great responsibility, and the fact that when Peter says you have to have that leap of faith, that's all it is, Miles, is a leap of faith. There's that, dude. I'm literally want to go watch Into the Spider-Verse. It's so fucking good. It is the best Spider-Man movie, but then you better have some ready when you get back to your place. Oh, I still got the beer Adam brought over last time when we went to go see Godzilla. So, but yeah, it's just I don't understand the hype for these movies. Some random subscriber just messaged me. I don't even know what the hell he's talking about, but yeah, so the thing is, which Spider-Man comics are you talking about, Robert? There are so many. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Is the people that say Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home are such great movies aren't Spider-Man fans. If they are, they're fans of Spider-Man, but they don't know him. They haven't read an arc. What's your favorite Spider-Man storyline? And they wouldn't know. They would not have an answer. They would not have, I can go up to any Spider-Man fan. Hell, even Joel, sweet and sour chicken ass, I can go up to him and be like, dude, what's your favorite Spider-Man comic? What's your favorite storyline? I mean, he'll go Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man for sure, because I know he loves Superior Spider-Man. If it's not Superior Spider-Man, it would be something in the Dan Slott era. But just for the fact that he could throw that out there shows that he knows something about Spider-Man. If the fact that he could throw out someone like Ryan Stegman or Dan Slott or something of that. If I go up to a critic and be like, oh, you like Spider-Man Homecoming? What's your favorite Dan Slott arc? They would have no idea who the fuck I'm even talking about. I'd be like, what's your favorite, Stan Lee arc? What's your favorite Stan Lee, Steve Ditko story? What's your favorite, what issue did John Romita come in? Why did Steve Ditko leave? They'd be like, were you talking Japanese? Like, no, I'm just telling you, man, what is it? What is it? Like, what issue did Todd McFarlane appear in the comics? Eric Larson, when did he come in and all this stuff? And, what issue was the first appearance of Venom? And these people wouldn't know this stuff, So I look at it from a fan's point of view. I don't know why that mic pitches like that, but I look at it from a fan point of view, from the character. And the reason why I have so much hatred toward the movie is because I have such a fan connection to that character. You guys all know, last week I was into a pretty bad car accident, and my car got completely totaled. I did ask for donations. I got a lot of donations from you guys. A lot. Seriously, thank you guys. Have no idea how much your donations helped me. But I did have to end up selling my comic book collection. So I sold my entire Spider-Man comic collection. I mean, I'm talking about thousands of Spider-Man comics, right? I'm talking about every issue of Spectacular, every issue of Peter Parker, every issue of Web, every issue of Friendly, every issue of Sensational, every issue. I had almost every issue of Amazing Spider-Man. I did keep 5 comics. I kept issue 121, 122, which is my favorite comic. My favorite Spider-Man comics is issue 121, 122. I kept issues 25. I kept the first Mary Jane, the one where it says Faith Tiger. You just hit the jackpot. I kept issue 31, first Gwen Stacy, first Harry Osborn, and of course I kept my main Spider-Man #1. So I kept like 5 issues. And they're like, besides issue 1, those weren't the most expensive books in the collection. They're just the most sentimental. But yeah. But also, guys, you guys kept telling me, hey, Rob, go check out your P.O. box. I sent you stuff. I went there yesterday. You know what was in there? Nothing. There was nothing in my P.O. box at all. Like, I looked at it, it was like nothing in there. And I was like, well, people messaged me, said they sent stuff. And I went in there, and there was nothing in there. So if you guys want to check out the P.O. Box, it's P.O. Box 1447, Winter Haven, Florida, 33882. You guys can check out. I have the address in the description of all my videos. But, yeah, I went down there to the post office, and, I expect at least 2 letters. I know 2 people sent me messages saying they sent stuff, and nothing. I didn't get anything in the mail. So just to throw that out there. So if you did send something, I don't know how long ago you sent it, but there's nothing in there. So, yeah. But, I mean, really, what else we got to talk about here, man? Spider-Man Far From Home getting great reactions. The embargo hasn't lifted yet, just the social embargo. And, yeah, I mean, I'm not looking too forward to it. I'm not that excited for it. But I don't know. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. We got like a week and a half left. It comes out on 4th of July. And me, Adam, and Chris, we're all going to go see it. Then we're going to come back and do a live review. That's why I'm doing this 2-camera setup thing here. Is because one of these cameras is going to be focused on them, and the other one's going to be on me, and I'm just going to be bouncing back and forth and be the control man. I seriously need to get, like, someone to, like, hire to run this for me so I can sit here and I can talk, and they can do, like, all the technical work, because it is kind of complicated going back, forth. I got like, a standby page, and I got my intro. Then I got, like, my other thing. I just got, like, my whole wireless keyboard is just a mess of hotkeys to make things look better, But, apparently my banner sucks, though. Julio Rodriguez comes in with another super chat. Won't the relationship between Peter and MJ in Far From Home feel too forced, since it wasn't built up in Homecoming? No, it won't feel forced, and this is why. This is the one thing I'm actually looking forward to in this movie. This is the one thing that I am looking forward to in this movie, and this is why I don't think it feels forced at all. Because if you go back and watch Homecoming, it is clear as crystal that MJ has a crush on Peter. Okay, it is so clear. Okay, it is so clear. It's a one-sided relationship, or one-sided, her feelings are one-sided, because in Homecoming, Peter is just straight up, Liz Allen this, Liz Allen that. He's constantly, that's who he likes in that movie. He likes Liz Allen, and that's who he has a crush on. But it is clear that MJ, Michelle, has a massive crush on Peter. You go back and watch that movie, and you can see where, like, she's always kind of, around him. She questions him a little bit, She's one of those characters, I think, that she has a crush on him, but she plays it cool. That she's not like, oh yeah, like she's too cool for it or whatnot. But yeah, at least from my point of view, it was very clear that MJ had a crush on Peter in the first movie. However, Peter's eyes were only on Liz Allen. Me personally, I would have much preferred if they would have made Liz Allen the main love interest through the entire trilogy. Because we had MJ in the Raimi movies, we had Gwen in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, and I wanted someone different. And they're giving us someone different. They're giving us Michelle as this new MJ, but she's not really MJ. Although there have been some pics with her leaked with red hair at premieres, so maybe she does dye her hair red at some point. Maybe they go to an alternate universe and her name turns to Mary instead of Michelle. But I wish they would have kept it Liz Allen. I think it would have been fresh and new for two reasons. One, we get to see Liz Allen as the love triangle, and two, we get to see Liz Allen as a black girl. So it has a new perspective on it, because in the comic books Liz Allen is white, but in Spectacular Spider-Man the animated series she was black, and I loved how Peter was so in love with Liz Allen in there. Meanwhile, Gwen was really the girl for him, and I felt like they could have done the same thing, like have Liz Allen through the whole trilogy, Mary Jane or Michelle, kind of love, having a crush on Peter from afar, and then toward the third movie they kind of move on that. But a couple problems with that was they decided to do this twist to make Liz Allen the Vulture's daughter, which isn't in the comic book. And the actress they played Liz Allen was just an awful actress. No, I hate to say it, but she just wasn't good. She was probably the worst actor in that movie. And yeah, it's not good. Another thing they could have done, I don't know why they didn't do it. It would have been Cindy Moon is in the movie. And if you don't know who Cindy Moon is, she is Silk. That's another fucking issue I sold. I sold my first Silk. I'm really pissed off about that. I want to get my first Silk back. But Cindy Moon is in the movie. I think they could have added Cindy Moon as a love interest too. But I think they should have focused on Liz Allen through the entire trilogy and then pepper Mary Jane in there just to complicate things. Mary Jane, MJ, whatever the fuck her name is now. But I don't think the relationship with MJ and Peter will be forced in this movie, because I think it's going to be sort of this thing, and I'm hoping I'm right. If this happens, it will make me feel so much better about this shitty-ass franchise if this happens. We know she likes Peter, right? We know she likes Peter. And Peter's starting to like her, too. We've seen this from the trailers. Oh, yeah, he's like, all I want to do is spend time with MJ and all this stuff. He's starting to notice her now that Liz Allen's out of the picture. I want them to like go to a dance, go on a date or something, and then she just show up at his door. Her hair dyed red. She doesn't look like this freaky beatnik anymore. Her hair's like straightened. She's got red hair, and then she looks at him. She's like, "Face the tiger. You just hit the jackpot." I'll have been like, "Thank you, for the love of God. Somebody finally cares. Okay, finally somebody cares." So that's what I want to happen. Oh, my boy Chris, man, CGA's in there just taking care of business in the chat section for me. Thank you, buddy. I'm glad I got back up. Chris just taking care of the trolls for me, man. Love it. Oh, and guys, if you guys haven't been over to Chris's channel, I reference him a lot, CGA Swan. He does videos on topics just like me. Go over to CGA Swan. Click the subscribe button. It doesn't hurt to click a subscribe button, guys. You just go there, click subscribe. It takes 2 seconds of your life. Click that subscribe button. Like I mentioned, he's going to be sitting in with the review for Spider-Man Far From Home with me and Adam. He's been playing Greg in some of my skits. I have like more footage to put in, and just I haven't had a time to actually get around to putting stuff together. Like, if you guys haven't noticed, I kind of got away from the skits a little bit, only because of time. It's like I've been so busy with time. But I definitely got to get out of there and start doing some skits again. But if you guys, I don't know if you guys noticed, for the past week, I've changed the way I did my videos. And I don't know, I haven't got any feedback. I got a couple messages saying they like it. And basically it's me talking, and then I cut it up. So I'll be sitting here, and then I'll make a joke like this, and then it cuts. It's like fast-paced cuts, and I think it flows so much better instead of me just sitting here talking, and then if I stumble over a word and blah, 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 blah. But now I can sit there and be like, Endgame is going to be Avatar, and then I'll be like, course it's gonna be Avatar, you know. And it's like I do those fast cuts, and someone said, "Oh, it's like Jeremy Johns," which that isn't what I'm trying to do at all. It's just I'm trying to get a better flow, a better flow for the videos. I just think it's faster paced. But yeah, I've been doing that a lot lately, and just yeah. So I just want to kind of get some feedback, see how you guys like the new editing. Well, I don't like no phones live chat. Well, I don't like no phone live chat. Oh well. Julio Rodriguez comes in with another super chat. Julio, you the only one throwing in super chats today, my friend. Like everybody else is like, nah, man, I'm broke, man. I ain't doing no super chat. But Julio, he's still standing in there. Thank you, my friend. And he plans on going to see the new Chucky movie. Not really. So I was out earlier today. I had to go give my dad the title to my old car so they can junk it, and that was sad in itself. Bring back Walter P. Dumbass. His name wasn't Walter, it was David P. Dumbass. But so I had to go give my dad the title to the old car so they can junk it, and I got a message from Adam. He's like, "Are we going to see Child's Play tonight?" And usually me and Adam coordinate like a week or two before what movies we're going to go see together. And I told him, I'm like, hey, I'm not really planning on seeing it. I'm a massive Child's Play fan. I am. I'm like, Child's Play is one of the few horror franchises I love. I'm not a horror fan, but I love Child's Play. So I told him, like, well, I have no plans seeing it, at least not opening night. But I have nothing to do today, so if you want to, let's go ahead and see it. And then he messaged me back, and he said, well, I have some papers to grade, because if you guys don't know, Adam's a teacher. And he's like, well, I got a couple more papers to grade. I'll let you know by 3 if I get done or not. We'll go see it. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Just let me know. I'm like, if nothing else, I'll go see it, because Aubrey Plaza is in it, and I really like her. Audrey Plaza is in it, and I really like her. But the trailers didn't do nothing for me, right? The trailers didn't do anything for me. But I'm a massive Child's Play fan, so I kind of wanted to see it. So if nothing else, I have the right to rag on it because I've seen it. So 3 o'clock comes, and Adam's like, I had 7 students just turn their papers in late. I'm not going to be able to make it to the movie. He's like, sorry about that, but I'll be there for Far From Home no matter what. And I'm like, yeah, no problem, man. I'm like, it wasn't a movie I was counting on seeing because we didn't talk about prior to that. I'm like, I'll probably just go catch a matinee on Wednesday, go see it for like $6. It's not a movie that that I wanted to had to go see at opening night. And that's kind of been my story this year. Usually I'm a major movie buff. I usually go see over 100 movies a year in theaters. But the problem is with that, I've been having the bad luck with the car, so all my money's been going to that, so I don't have the money to go. And not only that, this is the first summer that I don't have Movie Pass. Because let's not forget about the whole thing that happened with Movie Pass last year. So now I have to pay for all my movie tickets, so I kind of have to be able to space out what movies I want to see. So the movies and let's face it, guys, the movies this year have been fucking shitty. And me and Adam were talking about that earlier. I'm like, bro, it's probably gonna suck anyway, because almost every fucking movie this summer has fucking sucked. Out of the summer movies that I've seen, the only ones I liked was Brightburn and Dark Phoenix. I don't count Endgame as a summer movie because it came out in April, but and I didn't see Aladdin. And like Men in Black, people say Aladdin was good. I didn't see the movie because I thought the trailer sucked. I'm not wasting my money to go see something if I think the trailer sucked. Men in Black has been getting horrible reviews. The trailer sucked. I like Tessa Thompson, Chris Hemsworth as much as the next guy, but why am I going to go see those two in Men in Black when I can just watch those two and throw Ragnarok for free at the house on Netflix? So yeah, the blockbusters this year have been awful. Awful. Godzilla King of the Monsters, I wish somebody would have came in and blew my brains out in the middle of that movie. That's how bad that movie was. And I have no interest in going to see Godzilla or not Godzilla, but Child's Play on opening night. So depending on how I feel Wednesday, I might go see an early matinee on it just because I'm curious. I'm curious. But I hated the trailer. I hated the trailer because one, why does Chucky look like the fucking Terminator? Why is Chucky the Terminator? And two, why is a kid that fucking old running around wanting dolls? Right? If I was that old and I asked my parents for a doll, my dad would punch me in my fucking face. My dad would punch me and I would say, "Thank you, Dad. Thank you." Why is the kid that, like, he's got to get picked on in school? What is a fucking grown-ass kid like that fucking running around with a doll? Oh, no, I love John Wick. That was one of the ones I forgot about. John Wick Chapter 3 was great. I had a small nitpick with the movie, but I loved the movie overall. I liked Brightburn a lot, and I liked Dark Phoenix. If I had to rate my summer blockbusters right now, I would put Brightburn at number 1. I would put right now, other than Endgame, I might have Brightburn as my number 1 movie of the year, other than Endgame. I think I would put probably if I put Endgame in the conversation, it would be Endgame, Brightburn, Glass. If I take Endgame out of it, it would be Brightburn and Glass as my 2 favorite movies of the year. Because they're smaller movies and they don't rely on these big budgets and stuff like that, and it's just all kinds of stuff, man. It's just I'm tired of these big spectacle movies, and when you go see it, there's nothing to it. Godzilla is the equivalent to that. It's a big spectacle with no substance. It was complete trash. It was like monsters running around kicking each other's ass for no purpose. It's like, I gotta save the world, so I gotta unleash these fucking monsters to save the world, because you gotta destroy the world to save the world, because you gotta start over, man. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't make any sense, man. Doesn't make any sense, man. And now I'm out of fucking iced coffee. I'm out of fucking latte. I'm out of fucking latte. You see this shit? I'm out of fucking latte. This was a caramel latte. And I'm out. I'm out. I'm out of a latte. I didn't have a latte of latte. That was a horrible joke. That was a horrible joke. Horrible joke. I wonder what the poll's at. 74% said they liked the live chat on my screen. So I guess the live chat's staying. The live chat is definitely staying. Unfortunately, I don't like it, but I mean, I guess it's good because everybody gets recognition. The people that throw super chats on there get recognized. The people that leave their chat, I mean, it's cool. But yeah. But it is what it is. I'll keep it up there. But just let you know, when Spider-Man Far From Home comes, that thing is dropping. That thing is dropping like this. Dropping like it's hot. Like, doesn't this look better, guys? Like, well, that doesn't look better, but you know what I mean. But I'll put it back up there. I kind of want to know how Campia does his setup, man. I was at Best Buy earlier today, and I was looking up mics. I was like, do I need to get a new mic for this Spider-Man live chat? And I was like, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because, Comic Chat, my boy, my Ossifer. Respect. Comes in with a super chat. Sent you a letter 2 weeks ago. I didn't get it, man. I did not get it. I checked the post office yesterday, and I had nothing. Because you and one other person told me they sent me a letter, told me they sent me something, and I went and checked, and nothing. I don't know if it got lost. I don't know. I checked it yesterday. There was nothing in the box, and I was like, what? I was like, I know for a fact 2 people told me they sent me something. You know, I remember one person said they were going to send me the replica Infinity Gauntlet. I was really looking forward to that. I'm like, all right, I'm going to have a fucking Infinity Gauntlet to fucking open up on camera. I opened up the box, I'm like, oh, no Infinity Gauntlet, no nothing. But yeah, it's weird. But I mean, I'll keep checking. I'll go back again next Wednesday or Thursday. I'll go check again. I'll check it. I'll check it every Wednesday or Thursday. So one of those 2 days every week I'll go check. Maybe it's running late. I don't know. But usually a letter gets there like in no time, man. No time. So I don't know what the deal is. But if I go back again and I find that it's empty, I'll ask someone behind the counter. I'll be like, hey, I know people sent me stuff like two weeks ago and I still haven't got none. But yeah. Oh my God. Cheryl Bass coming in with a big ass super chat. Jesus Christ. Motherfucker, Cheryl Bass. How come you didn't write a message? I want to know what you had to say. Warren Wright writes, Brightburn. Oh my God, that was amazing. Brightburn is my favorite movie of the year, man, other than Endgame. Comic Chat wrote, I didn't, bro. Don't know what, or I did, bro. I don't know what happened. Yeah, Comic Chat. I'll find out. If it ain't there next Wednesday, I'll ask someone behind the counter because maybe I don't know. Because I started getting other people's letters, like someone who owned the P.O. box before, and maybe I don't know. There could be some kind of mix up, but I'll find out if it ain't there next time for sure. Hope he didn't send anything valuable, man. That's all I gotta say. I really do. But thanks, Comic Chat. I'll definitely keep an eye out for it, and I'll check it again next week. Warren Wright comes in. Brightburn. Oh my God, amazing. Like I said, man, my favorite movie of the year. Favorite movie of the year, hands down. If we're not putting Spider-Man Homecoming in it, it's nice. It's a small budget movie. It relies on special effects. Yes, there's CGI in it, but it relies on basically special effects and stuff, and I like it. And a pretty good movie. And Cheryl Bath comes in with a great big super chat, a nice $20 super chat. Thank you so very much. Didn't write a question or topic, so we can't really talk about it. But if you want to go ahead and write a comment with something to say, I'll be sure to hit it real quick. I'll be sure to give you the shout out and read whatever you want to talk about, Cheryl. I think it's only fair if you're going to donate using Super Chat, then you should get a question answered or a topic talked about here on the channel. That's what I do on this channel. Super Chat pays the bills. You know, I got this fucking car payment now I got to deal with. So super chats are very important to the channel. It's my source of income because I barely make any money on videos. Like, you know how much I make per video? Like $5 per video, right? If I'm lucky, it makes $10. So the live stream discussion, the super chats is what really pays the money on the channel. But thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate it. If you want to go ahead and throw in a question, I'll go ahead and answer it for you. Yeah, luckily no one got hurt. Luckily. No one got seriously hurt anyway. Look at my boy Chris giving them motherfuckers time out. That's right, Chris. You tell they asses. You tell they asses. Time out, little bitches. Dude, I love this double camera setup. It's like awesome. I just can do this all day long. Like, hey, oh, it's like awesome. It's like, okay. So Sarah Bass comes in and she writes, at least I think it's a she. I assume it's she. I enjoy your channel. Keep it going, dude. Thank you so much, Cheryl. I appreciate it so very much. Your contribution humbles me, and I thank you very, very much. Valhalla comes in. Hope Far From Home is better than Homecoming. Well, the bar is set very low, Valhalla. The bar is set very, very low. So low, an Oompa Loompa couldn't even go underneath the limbo. So there's only one way up from here. The Ultimate Gamer. Are you really the Ultimate Gamer? Are you the Ultimate Gamer? Are you? I don't know. I would be willing to test that out. The Ultimate Gamer comes in with a super chat. Hey, sorry, I just joined. Thoughts on the Far From Home reaction. Okay, so if you for everybody who's just got into the stream, the reactions have been really positive. Of course, I haven't seen the movie yet because I'm a small YouTube channel. I don't get those special privileges to go see things early. Because I only got 20,000 subscribers because 43% of my viewership doesn't subscribe to my channel. But I have to applaud my viewers because for the past 2 days, I've went up 100 subscribers each day. So obviously, by me putting up that stat saying 43% are subscribers, they're hitting that subscribe button now. So that's helping me out a lot. So I went up 200 subscribers in the past 2 days. So that's great. So I don't get to go see these movies. So I'm just going off the reactions that I've already seen. And people are saying best Spider-Man movie of all time. They said the movie's amazing. They say they do something in the middle of the movie that completely changes the MCU up. And they're saying all this thing. And I'm trying to keep my excitement in check, okay? Because I'm excited for a couple things. I'm excited for Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio. I'm excited to see what's next in the MCU. I'm excited to see if they can take my negativity from the first movie and change that in the second movie. I'm excited to see if Zendaya does get the red hair. There's a lot of things I'm excited for, but to be honest with you, I'm just skeptical because Homecoming was not good. If you've been watching my channel at all, you know that I'm very negative on Homecoming because I'm such a big Spider-Man fan. I can't help but just nitpick the shit out of that movie. It's just nothing in Homecoming feels like Spider-Man other than that title, Spider-Man. You know, it just doesn't feel like Spider-Man to me. But I will say this. There's no spoilers. Maybe comic chat, maybe. But I will say this. There's this thing in the movie that said they do this like cosmic multiverse thing toward the middle of this movie. At least that's what some people let slip out. I will shit my pants if both happens, I would shit my pants. But if somehow Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield or both of them make a cameo as Spider-Man, like a little Easter egg, just like, oh yeah, these Spider-Man still exist in this other universe. Like, how awesome would it be if Quentin Beck came from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man universe? Like, it would be awesome. Like, I would literally, like, shit my pants. I would be like, I forgive you from Homecoming. I forgive you. This movie is amazing. But they have to give the comic book readers something. They have to. Right? If they want people to jump back up on the ship, they gotta give the hardcore Spider-Man something. The hardcore Spider-Man fans need something. And if they throw, like, 'cause I rag on Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man a lot because I'm a big fan of Andrew Garfield as an actor. But Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man feels like Peter Parker in the 60s. So I look at him as the Silver Age and Andrew Garfield as the modern age, and or Bronze Age if you want to get geeky. But if somehow they do this portal thing, we got a couple super chats. I'll get to them both in a second. But if they do this portal thing and somehow Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield show, I will shit my pants. I'll be like, oh my God, they finally acknowledged something great. So that would be awesome. Walter comes in with a super chat. He says, I feel like, where'd it go? I feel like the MCU Spider-Man Homecoming is weak. Well, you don't have to feel that way because it is. It is. It is. It really is. He relies too much on his suit. He does. He really does. When do we get the real Spider-Man? I don't know. I just don't know, Walter. That's been my major complaint with Spider-Man Homecoming is the fact that it doesn't feel like Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man in the early days of Spider-Man, whether it's the Ultimate Comics or not, Spider-Man had to rely on his wits. He had to rely on himself. He had mentors. He had like Doc Connors and stuff like that, or even he had people. And every once in a while he'll go to Reed Richards for a little advice or something. But he figures stuff out on his own. Where in this movie, in Homecoming, it's like Tony helped him out all the time, or his suit did everything for him. It's like, oh, it was just convenient. His suit had trackers. You know what? In the early age of Spider-Man, Peter made his own fucking trackers. It's like, and the suit was just a plot device. It was so convenient. The suit talked. It was just, it was awful. It didn't feel like it, right, Walter? And I agree with you 100%. It felt like Iron Man. It felt like Iron Man with a Spider-Man skin. And that's what I didn't like, and I hope they change that. I really do. I hope they change that. But thank you so much, Walter, for the super chat, my friend. I appreciate it. Valhalla Erickson coming in with a Super chat. Jamie Lee Curtis should have been Aunt May, especially as she closely assembles Ultimate Aunt May. She kind of does. Who we have instead is Aunt May in name only. That's hitting the nail on the head. That's hitting the nail on the head through and through. We see Aunt May, but when I look at her, I don't see Aunt May. I see Marissa Tomei. I'm like, oh, the hot chick from My Cousin Vinny. I'm sorry, I don't want to have to go to a movie and the whole time I'm thinking about, God, I want to fuck Aunt May. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like I'm like, God, I want to fucking fuck Aunt May. You know, never once when I read comic books or watched the other Spider-Man movies or the cartoons did I ever say I wanted to bone Aunt May. I look at Marissa Tomei, I'm like, I want to fuck Aunt May. And that's not a good thing. And I do think that Jamie Lee Curtis would probably been a great Aunt May because she does feel exactly like Ultimate Spider-Man's Aunt May. You know, she has the haircut and everything. And I think that's a good call. Maybe it would have been too much of a recognizable name. Yeah, I guess not. Other than the new Halloween, she hasn't really done much lately other than TV. But yeah, I think Jamie Lee Curtis would have been good. They needed somebody older. Aunt May should not be sexy. And when you have characters in your movie talking about wanting to fuck Aunt May, it makes it even more complicated. Like you had the guy at the deli saying, oh yeah, you know, Aunt May is a hot one, blah, blah. And then, you know, Tony constantly talking about how hot Aunt May is. It's very disturbing. But so much can be said about that, the entire movie, the entire cast. You know, you have Genki in the movie. If you guys aren't familiar, I talk about this all the time. I'm a big fan of Miles Morales. Well, in the comic books, his best friend is Genki. And Genki in the comic books is a fat Asian kid who loves Legos, who is Peter Parker or Miles Morales' wingman, his basically his like go-to guy to do technical stuff and whatnot. And they took Genki from the Ultimate Universe and they brought him into Spider-Man Homecoming, changed his name to Ned Leeds. Ned Leeds in the comic books is the Hobgoblin. So they took the Hobgoblin's name and they took Genki's body and they put it together and were like, there, that's Genki Ned Leeds. And it pisses me off, right? It's like, what was the purpose of that? And what purpose did that happen? You know? So that really pissed me off. Not to mention that the Ned character, the Genki character, was awful in the movie. You know, he gets caught in the computer room. What are you doing? Watching porn. It's like, dude, that's not even funny, man. Shut up. Not even funny. He was annoying. It was just awful. Then they take Michelle, who Michelle Jones, whatever. She's an actual character that was Peter Parker's roommate later on in the comic books. They take that character, and then they take the MJ character and the Gwen Stacy character, and they merged all three of them. It's like, oh, we're just gonna merge all three of them, and then, you know, and that's my biggest problem with that movie. Is like they just take concepts and they just merge them all in there. You know, they just fucking merge them, and it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. Who was that? Valhalla? Yeah, Valhalla with that super chat. Yeah, I agree with you, man. They fucked up Betty Brant in the movie, too. They fucked up Betty Brant. Betty Brant is supposed to be older than Peter. She's younger than Peter. You know? She's like much younger than Peter. You know, I thought by the end of Endgame, since they did that 5-year fast forward thing, that maybe something happened 5 years, and then Betty Brant is older, you know? I thought maybe they would do something like that, but no. In the trailer, we see Betty Brant, we see Flash Thompson. Don't even get me started with Flash Thompson. Jesus Christ. Look, you don't have to make him a white jock, but you should have made him a jock, okay? Like, I don't care if you get someone from a different ethnic, different skin color. I don't care. But you need to make him a jock, okay? Why the fuck is the guy from the Budapest Hotel, whatever? Why is the foreign kid I don't know his nationality. Is he Indian? I don't know. I don't want to sound racist. But why are you getting this kid who is just as skinny, just as nerdy, just as geeky, being the one picking on Peter Parker when he's the same thing as Peter Parker, just not as smart. He is not as smart. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Geeks don't make fun of other geeks. It just doesn't happen. It's like, I remember me and Adam watching that movie, man. I remember me and Adam watching that movie. We're like, what the fuck is going on with this movie? What the fuck? The thing is, I really enjoyed Flash Thompson in the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Well, he was in Amazing Spider-Man 1. I think he had a cameo in the graduation of Amazing Spider-Man 2. But Joe Manganiello was Flash Thompson in the Raimi movies. But he had a much smaller part. But I think Flash Thompson in Amazing Spider-Man was really, really good. Because you see this character in the movie. I didn't know how I was going to like him at first. Because he looked really weird. Like, oh, he's kind of skinny. I don't think this guy's a jock or a bully. And then, he picked on Peter a lot. And, he had a great thing with Gwen, being his tutor and whatnot. But what really got me in that character was when he went up to Peter after Uncle Ben died, and he went to like try to kind of comfort Peter, the kid he picked on, and Peter just like slammed him against the thing, and he's like, yeah, it feels good, right? And it gives you a real insight into this is the character, Flash Thompson. This character is someone who experienced the same thing, and he resorts to violence to kind of comfort him in his pain. So when he looked at Peter and was like, yeah, it feels good, right? Like when Peter shows that anger after Uncle Ben, it gives you a real insight, and it kind of layered Flash Thompson more than we've seen in the other movies. And I really enjoy that Flash Thompson a lot. And I think the Amazing Spider-Man movies get so much slack from fans. But other than Into the Spider-Verse, those are my favorite movies. There's so much character in those movies that you can look like those are the characters from the movies or from the comics. Gwen Stacy and Peter's relationship is the relationship that I've read in the comics for years. That I look and I'm like, that's my Gwen Stacy. That is the girl next door. That's the character who I love in the comic books. But yeah, people give those movies shit all the damn time. But yeah, Julio Rodriguez comes in. He would have been perfect for Agent Venom. You're absolutely right. I don't know why they didn't go that route, man. I really didn't. You could even say, me and Adam talked about this. I believe me and Chris talked about this a couple times too with the Venom movie, where you could have kept Tom Hardy as the main actor, right? Because you want to put someone with star power in there, right? But you could have put Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire in there as Spider-Man to connect it. You know what I mean? Probably not Tobey Maguire, because I don't think Tobey Maguire wanted to come back. But Andrew Garfield wanted to come back. Andrew Garfield was a massive Spider-Man fan. And it would have made sense if you were like, let's do Agent Venom, okay? Tom Hardy is a grown-up version of Flash Thompson that we've seen. And they could do flashback scenes showing Flash Thompson picking on Peter Parker and whatnot. And then he joins the military and he gets buffed up. He becomes Tom Hardy. And then they do the Agent Venom thing. And I think that worked better because I just didn't buy Venom, man. I didn't. You can't do Venom without Spider-Man. The Venom movie was just kind of all over the place. The tone was all over the place. The CGI was all over the place. Yeah, that would have been awesome. It would have been awesome, and they could have used they still could have used Tom Hardy in reference back to him being Flash Thompson in the Amazing Spider-Man movies. But yeah, thank you so much, Valhalla, for the super chat. I'm gonna check something here, and then I might be calling it a night. I'm not sure yet. Oh man. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a night here, guys. We've been streaming for a little over an hour. I'm going to do some final questions. You guys have any final questions, you guys can throw them in now. I'll get to them. The more questions, the more the show keeps going. Once the questions stop, that's when the show be ending, guys. But, yeah, so I hope you guys kind of like the new look. I really wanted to do without the sidebar chat, have like a full thing. But I'm not saying I'm going to be doing this 2 camera thing every time. But I kind of wanted to try it out because I wanted to try it out with the big Spider-Man review coming with Adam and Chris coming over. Originally, I was going to have green screen behind them, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to set up 2 stools and have it, pointed over there because I don't want to have to do the whole green screen and all that shit. But, yeah, so it is what it is. We'll see how it goes. But I like it. I actually like the little sidebar, too. But, like I said, unfortunately, what happened to the green screen? Green screen's right there. Green screen is, well, you guys can't see it, but the green screen is right there. But I was thinking about getting the Elgato green screen because they got a thing that sits right behind you and you can pull it up and it's an Elgato green screen. I was thinking about getting that, but that's like $200, and you guys know I have no money because I just got into a car accident. I had to sell my comic book collection to get a new car, so I got car payments now every bi-week. Every other week I got car payments, so I can't afford to go out and buy no $200 green screen out of nowhere. So you guys do like the 2 cameras? Yeah, it's a little a 2 camera thing was something I was thinking about doing way back, but after I watched John Campia's show a lot, and then John Campia, he'll be talking, and then he'll have like this screen, and it kind of gives like an insight of like, oh, what do I got going on here? You guys can kind of see more stuff of what I got going on here, and you can probably see more of that if I didn't have this up. If I didn't have this up, you can see a lot more of that. But you guys want that up, so that kind of cuts it out a little bit. But it'll be pretty cool once ready to watch and do a live chat with you. Dude, one Wednesday or Thursday, you should come over, man. If you get off work at a certain time, I don't go to bed like 2 o'clock on Wednesday. And I stream every Wednesday night. We need to work something out. That way we can come over and, do some streaming, man. Get your channel noticed more and all that stuff. But, yeah, so, any final questions coming in, guys? When you get a co-host? CGA is supposed to be my co-host. He's the one I'm trying to get over here, guys. I need a co-host. What I need to do is, like, try to somehow set up like a little room, like a little thing there, so, but I'm trying to get a co-host, guys. Trying to get one. But that's up to Chris, man, and his time. But what was I gonna say? Oh, so once again, the P.O. Box is P.O. Box 1447, Winter Haven, Florida 33882. If you guys want to send anything, I will check it out, and I will do a fan unboxing on the channel. Like I said, I checked it yesterday. I didn't have anything in there, so I'll check it again next week because Comic Chat said he sent something a couple weeks ago, and another subscriber of mine said they sent something. I haven't gotten that either, so get a cute goth girl with a co-host. If I knew a cute goth girl, I would get a cute goth girl because we all know. Yes, I have a Halo tattoo on my neck. We all know sex sells, so if I could have got a female co-host, I would, because that would probably make my viewership go up. But anything to try to get more subscribers here on the Robert Storm channel, guys. So any more questions coming up, guys? Any whatsoever? If not, keep doing the 2-camera angle. I'm glad I'm getting good response on the 2-camera angle. I really am. That was the one thing that was really kind of worrying to me. But look, I want to do it like this, though. Hold on a second. I want to do it like this, where I have the 2-camera, so you guys get, like, it looks so professional like this, right? It's like, hey, what's up, guys? And I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, cracker? It looks so much more professional this way. And it kind of gives you an insight of what I got going on here. It shows you, like, my dual monitors. You got my statues. I got my drink. And I really like it. But you guys said you want the browser up there, so, I gotta work with what I got here. I might be able to shrink the browser a little bit. Maybe. Let me see here. Browser. Let me see if I can go 400. What does that do? I mean, it shrinks it a little bit. I don't know how well it looks on screen, though. But you know what you know what I'm saying. Which part is tight, comic chat? Which part is tight? But it is what it is, guys. You know. Oh, I'm a massive He-Man fan. Sadly, my He-Man comic book collection got sold too. When I sold my comic books last week to get a new car. But I'm a massive He-Man fan. This is Steven Chizik's artwork. He's one of my favorite artists who does Sunstone. And he does a couple other books. And he did the artwork behind that. He did some of the He-Man comics. And those He-Man comics are amazing. I grew up in the 80s. I was a He-Man Thundercat fan. Like my fandom went from, in the 80s, He-Man, Thundercats. And then in the 90s, it was the real Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles. And then that's when I discovered pizza and became fat. So show was great tonight, by the way. Looked great. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it, my friend. Now you just need to get your ass over here one Wednesday so we can do this. Do you like She-Ra? Okay. She was never I was never a big fan of She-Ra in the animated cartoon. I was more of a Tila fan. But She-Ra in the comic books is awesome, right? If you have not read the DC He-Man comics, it is awesome. It is dark and awesome. Like the first series of He-Man, the first Master of the Universe series the DC put out, it is awesome. Skeletor takes the sorceress and cuts her head off with the fucking blade, right? Like he takes his sword, cuts the sorcerer's head off, and like throws her severed head at Tila's legs. Like it is dark. It isn't until like the second series that She-Ra comes in, and there's this whole thing with because she doesn't know she is Prince Adam's sibling or anything. So there's a whole story arc. It's so good. Like it takes like the cheesiness and gets rid of it. It makes He-Man like this dark and gritty, comic book, and it's fantastic. I'm really depressed that I sold my He-Man comics. Those are ones I should have kept, and I kind of want to get back. The only reason why I kind of let them go was because I remember Silverhawks. Brave Star, no, I don't remember Brave Star. I remember Silverhawks. I wasn't a big fan of Silverhawks. My cousin was a massive Silverhawk fan. How many of you guys remember Denver the Dinosaur? I bet you nobody remembers that. Denver, the last dinosaur, blah, 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 and a whole lot more. Denver, the last dinosaur. I bet you nobody remembers that fucking show. And there was another show I really liked. It was on USA all the time in the 80s. It was called Dinosaurs. And it was like dinosaurs. There were alien dinosaurs. And then they would come like, it was like Transformers, but instead of them transforming into vehicles, they were dinosaurs. And they were like good dinosaurs that fought with the humans. And then you had the bad dinosaurs. So it was like the Decepticons and Autobots. And fucking the bad dinosaurs always like, fuck you, you mammals and all this stuff. And it was so good. It was so good. But yeah, that was definitely like one of my things. I really like dinosaurs a lot. God, that's sad. I remember that dinosaur show. Have the chat up only for super chats. I can't do that. Because I don't know when I'm going to get super chats, so I can't just pop it up when I get a super chat. It's kind of weird. Now, I could go to a website that lets me put alerts up, so every time someone does a super chat, their name pops up and it shows their super chat. I can do that, but the reason why I don't do that is, one, I don't want them to have access to my account. If they ever want to take my money, they can take my money. And two, the one time I did do it, people would donate using Super Chat and the names wouldn't pop up, or they would pop up late. Dick Hole sends in $1 Super Chat. Whole Dick. Whole Dick. What's up, Whole Dick? Denver the Last Dinosaur, He's My Friend, and a whole lot more. Hell yeah, man. People remember that shit, man. There was another one. I can't remember the name of the show, but I wish I could look it up. It was an alien, and he had a sidekick, which was another alien that sort of looked like him. They were both like kind of purple, but he was like a floating head and had 2 arms. I can't remember the name of that show for nothing. But it came around the same time as Denver the Last Dinosaur, and I just can't remember what the hell that show was called. I can't remember. And Darkwing remains my favorite hero. Oh, I love Darkwing Duck, but that was in the 90s, man. That was in the 90s. I would love to see Dinosaurs movie, LL, but only one could dream. Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get a Dinosaurs movie. I don't even think there's like maybe 5% of the world probably even remembers that show. But I like the show a lot. I used to watch it on USA every morning. Yeah, because that's what I used to do. I used to get up and watch USA. USA was like the shit before I went to school, you know? And then eventually USA kind of dropped all that. And then I agree, David. I love Darkwing Duck. I love Darkwing Duck, too. I got season 1 and season 2 on DVD. I never got the final season, though. But when USA dropped all their animated stuff, then I switched over to UPN. That's when we got like Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball before I went to work or school. I mean, I love Thundercats. I almost freaked out today. I was at the mall, and their game store had He-Man and Skeletor, the OG in box He-Man and Skeletor. I was like, fuck, man. Like, I want it so bad. I had all those, man. Like, that was the one. Dino the Last Dinosaur? No, Denver the Last Dinosaur. Denver the Last Dinosaur. But there was another one with these aliens, or it was like this little purple alien, and he had a friend with like a purple head, and you can kind of see his brain. I don't even remember the name of it. Oh, I'm hyped for Stranger Things. But yeah, my dad used to give me all those He-Man figures. I had every He-Man figure, man. Every He-Man figure. And I remember, like, yeah, it's crazy. But, all right, guys, I kind of rambled on about the 80s a little too much. But if anybody has any final Super Chat questions that they want to add in, go ahead and add them in now, because I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Once again, if you guys have anything you want to send in, you can send it to P.O. Box 1447, Winter Haven, Florida, 33882. That's one again, Winter Haven, Florida, P.O. Box 1447, 33882. No, not Dino from Humanoids. I don't even know what Humanoids are. Ever read the Power Rangers comic? Fuck yeah, dude. Dude, I was so Valhalla comes in with a super chat, and he asked if I ever read the Power Rangers comic. Yes. The ones by Boom Studio, phenomenal. You know how I talked about how the He-Man comics were so dark and gritty and they got rid of all the cheesy shit? That's what Boom did with the Power Ranger comics. Like, they went straight to dark, gritty. It was like the Power Ranger reboot movie that we got. It didn't follow that storyline, but it was like that. It's like they took that concept and like, we're going to do this comic series with it. And then I read all the way up until issue 20. And then that was when my comic book subscription got so high that I had to end up canceling Power Rangers because I had to get like the 5 million Spider-Man comics that were coming out every month. But it was so good. I got up to the part where it was issue 20 where we found out this woman was the previous Red Ranger. And that was right before the Shattered Grid storyline hit in. And apparently that Shattered Grid storyline is fantastic. Now, I did download the Power Ranger video game about a month or two ago on Xbox. But at the time, it didn't have a story mode. They added the story mode now. But I haven't went and played it since then. But it's so good. If you have not read the Power Ranger comic books or the He-Man comic books, read them. I prefer the He-Man comic books just because it's like that barbarian, straight action, testosterone and all that shit. But yeah, not a Beast War fan. Not a Beast War fan, man. Never saw the appeal to that show, to be honest with you. Or the kangaroo. What about the tarantula or right kangaroo? I don't even know what the hell that is, man. But all right, guys. So It was a great show tonight. I appreciate everybody coming out, checking out the show. I appreciate all the super chat donations. I appreciate everybody. Also, be sure to go over to the poll and tell me if you want to keep seeing the chat on the screen, or if you guys want me to eliminate the chat. Maybe I can move it over a little bit more. Maybe let me see this. I mean, that doesn't really help at all, does it? Well, we got another super chat. Got another super chat coming in. Valhalla does not want me getting off, man. Valhalla does not want me getting off. Valhalla writes, comics made me a fan of Tommy. I was not a big Tommy Oliver fan, man. I was always a Billy fan. Always a Billy fan. I always pretty much liked the geeks, man. And yeah, just the comics made me a Tommy fan too. I was even more of a fan of Trini and Kimberly, which I wasn't a big fan in the comics. I mean, of course I thought Kimberly was hot when I was a kid, but I really liked their characters. I actually like what they did with all the characters. Like, I'm actually like, the comics really had me like Zach and Jason more, and I wasn't a big fan of Zach and Jason. I was more a fan. Billy and Zach were my two favorites. But yeah, it definitely, I like what they did with the comic books. Boom did a really good job with the comic books. Well, anyway, guys, thank you all for the super chat. I am calling it a night. Thank all you guys for coming out, checking out the channel, and thank you guys for checking out the live stream. Appreciate it. And until next time, as always, I am Robert Storms, and that is my opinion. Good night, everyone.